This is the Furry Gamer. My name is Kiba Snowpaw, and welcome to episode 16. Yeah, it have to be 16. Anyway, like I said in the last episode, I really hope to this game is closely to be done, and also if you want to see me play all the other characters, or play all the other characters, date or hanging with the other characters, from what I read, you have to reply in a certain way to do that. I don't know, but I have to try that out, but that's not gonna be anytime soon. But if you want to see me have the other endings, I think that will be the right phrase for it. Then please let me know down below, and I will think about doing so. But it will just be after I've been playing some other game, because right now I need a relax from this game. It's been way too long, and I really want to have this game finished in so long that it just now I'm just wanna done of it, and I don't wanna touch it for a next long time. But like I said, if you want to see me at some point playing the other characters or other endings, not characters, endings, then let me know and I will think about it. Anyway, let's get going with episode 15. I'm quick to follow in Elric's path and make my way back to my room to end the night on a good note. No more dealing with Murka. Let's hope so. And now I get to hang out with Elric, Jay, and Ellen more. That is if she likes the idea. Do 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 do. Mr. Melrick, pack back. Pack. But what's the pace? Pace, of course, pace. You know, walking forth back. Mr. Mallight paced back and forth at the front of the room, smacking his hand with the pile of notes he printed for his lecture today. Neither he nor the class is in the best of the mood today, mostly because the harvest festival is coming up and people are so anxious for it to start that they have to cooperate with at least on a serious level. Mala doesn't seem to think the Harvest Festival is a valuable excuse for everyone to goof off, so he punishes us by giving a pop quiz on what the class has learned over the past few weeks. Originally, the test was secluded for next Monday, but because of the ongoing lack of effort from the class, he's been getting crocious, I don't know how to say it, each day. At the very least, the paper Ellen and I work on got the top grade in the class, and because of it, he allowed us to take the test on Monday as well as today. To add to all of this, the class's goofball and star students seem to be missing today. Elric and Yoka are nowhere to be seen, and Mr. Miller doesn't seem to have the clarity of mind to care that they are absent. Instead, he focuses on carving at all the students who may or may not fail the test because of their action earlier in the week. I feel the last circle on my chest and set it down onto the table, feeling I did fairly well considering I hadn't studied or been here for the most of the start of this school year. Luckily, if Mallory keep his promise, Ellen and I can retake it next Monday when I was originally due. 10 more minutes. I take a small peek over my shoulder to see how Ellen is doing on her test, only to see she has already completed it and looking out the window longingly. For some reason I'm happy about the fact she is successful in Mallet's class too, and find myself smiling. Honestly, I owe her a big one because of how much effort she put into the research paper. Without her, I'd probably be sweating my ass off about failing the test like everyone else. Her success is equally mine. The sound of something tapping against the front of my desk drags my attention back toward the board. Mallet is standing there with my paper in his hand. Done? Before I can respond, the door to Mallet's room slams open with a loud crash, attracting everyone's attention. Matt is standing in the opening with one leg apparently having kicked in the door. Behind him are Elric and Jay. Good Sir Malric, my compatriots and I have come to receive two of your most dedicated students. Suddenly a whiteboard eraser is tossed at Matt's head like a stinging, making him flinch and jerk back to hop on his one grounded leg, eventually losing his balance. This ends desperately and Matt ends up falling onto his back in the middle of the hallway, interrupting my class again, and I'll be something heavier, you poop slapper. Elway raises his hand and cut lightly to get Mallet's attention. This is probably the worst thing Elric could do. Mallet is already fuming with aggravation, not to mention Elric was skipping class and the test to fool around with Matt. What Matt was trying to say was, this time a book flew hurtling into Eric's head and make him nearly fly out of the room with a deadly sounding groan of pain. Skip my class again and skip my classes again and it'll be something heavier, you're delinquent. Jay is the only one left and of the three standing, and he simply offered a casual wave to Mallet as if he hadn't noticed that the man was nearly ready to whip Matt and Elric's arm off. Mr. Mallet takes in a deep breath and looks around the room to all of his students who are watching, making sure they are intimidated by the punishment their teacher has just inflicted on the two slackers. He then offered Jay and I a going smile and wave back. Good morning, Jay. How can I help you? Hey, Mr. Mallet. I was just wondering if I could borrow Marcus Fink and Ellen Sora for a minute to talk with them about something important. Mallet glanced up at the clock, then at the two kids waiting about on the floor outside the room before smiling at Jay. Fine by me, Marcus, Ellen. I don't think it's possible for me to leave the room any faster, but the idea of Mallet opening a can of whoop ass on me for taking my time isn't very appealing, so I book it. If anything, what he did to Elric and Matt is a lawsuit waiting to happen. Ellen seemed to have the same thought in mind and actually hits behind my shoulder as we joined Jay and the two recovering idiots outside of Mallet's room. Jay isn't faced by Mallet's action at all and simply smiled at the two of us. He seemed happier than usually or at least a bit livelier than his old dull talky self. So Elric and I have chatted with Yoko about the Harvest Festival tomorrow, and because you had mentioned that you were interested in joining the Music Bulldog Club, I sidestepped a bit to let Ellen into the conversation, but she tried her best to hide behind my shoulder. I guess over the past week or so of trying to convince converse with her, I'll become her in-school carrion. The person she trusted enough to hide behind because she knows I'm not going to eat her soul or anything. Is that what super shy kids are afraid of having? So Elric told me earlier that Ellen might be interesting. Is that true? I sidestep away again, regretfully having to put Ellen in the spotlight at least for a few seconds for her to answer the question. We heard you play piano. We could really use a pianist in the group. We might actually be able to form a band with 5 members. Ellen's gaze flickered to me for a split second before returning back to Jay. Band? Her voice is jittery. It's hard to tell whether or not she sounds pleased with the idea. Yeah, Yoko suggested we should try to come up with a band name and maybe play a song or two at her parents' hotel during the party on Friday night. We'll probably be open for a wheel band or a DJ or something. Eric finally recovered from the book to his head and stand up to join us. Matt is still wiggling around on the floor, though talk about over the moment. Oh yeah, I figured since Ellen plays piano, we have a whole set together, you know. I imagine our names up in the light. Elric on guitar, Jay on bass, Matt on drums, Elric piano, and I wouldn't go that far. Elric tilted his head for a moment and gave me a curious look. I don't suppose you can sing, can you? The mention of singing just made me lunge back and I nearly hide behind Ellen's shoulder. No, I'm not a good singer. Elric sighs and shakes his head. Well, shit, do you play any instrument? I reached up and rubbed the back of my neck. This only make Jay and Elric frown. I see. Well, I guess we can at least play around with some ideas for the party. Maybe Marcus can be the ticket boy or our manager or something. The idea of being the ticket boy when the rest of my newly made friends are actually in the spotlight and doing something cool makes my heart sink. Is this really how fate is going to have it? I'm finally able to get a chance to do something creative and I get demoted to the ticket boy. Why couldn't I have taken the mandatory recorder lesson more seriously when I was little? Then again, a recorder isn't really a good instrument to have in a band at all. I signed, accepting defeat and shrugged before looking up at Ellen, offering a weak smile. Well, it's up to you, I guess. Do you want to do it? It doesn't have to be just for the party. We could have jam sessions every other day after school and stuff, you know. Ellen blinks shakily and for a moment looked as if she is going to decline the whole offer, but her eyes dark back up from the ground and give Elric and Jay a solid stare. Okay. Elric and Jay raised an eyebrow at the passive answer, unsure as to whether it was an exact yes or a vague no. I like that. She gave a reassuring nod to the two of them. Elric and Jay both grinned as wide as they as ever seen and gave each other a high five. Sweet dude, we might actually be able to get out of there now. Feeling a little left out, I paced over to Mac, who is still on the floor, and kick him in the side gently. Hey, you heard that? You are in a band, dummy boy, drummer boy. Man winced audibly at the kick and hosted himself. Oh yeah, and what instrument are you going to play, ticket boy? The insult, as much of a joke as it is, hits me pretty deeply and I exhale a long, disappointed sigh. How about the electric triangle? I gave Mac a slight knock with my elbow, letting him know I am being completely sarcastic, but he doesn't seem to catch it either way. Oh, that sounds tight. Elric gave my arm a pat. The overjoyed smile that was once on his face replaced with a pitiful frown that made me feel bad for even existing. I'm really sorry, man. Maybe you could be like our manager or planner or something. Our agents even. How cool would that be? You be the guy undercover, hooking up all the deals and concerts. Elric grins at me in the hope of cheering me up, but honestly, being the businessman of the band doesn't seem very fun. You make it sound like we're already famous. We are. We'll be the talk of the Iceland in no time, followed by the world. You're starting to sound as crazy as Matt. And since when does he play drums? I came out of the womb playing drums. Elric just rolled his eyes and both Matt comments and waved dismissively. Whatever, I just pissy about this. We are forming our own band, dude. How is it that not cool? Having my hope raised only to have them cross into little pieces I offer only an empathy shrug. Yeah, super psychic. The ticket boy, how lame. Alright, we go tell the front office that our club formed so we can get a little bit of cash for some equipment. The three overexcited guys straight out from the common hallway and off toward the main desk, leaving Ellen and me alone. I look back at her and smile feebly. Well, I guess you get to be in a band. That's pretty cool, right? Ellen frowned, seeming to know that I'm beyond upset at the outcome of how the band was being formed. Not if everyone doesn't have a good time. Even if I know she's onto me, I make a last ditch of effort to make it seem like I'm completely cool with the manager job, just to avoid the conflict with Eric and the rest of the guys. Everyone will have a good time, I'm sure. Ellen actually pounced upset at my response and stepped closer, staring at me. No, being the manager isn't fun. I blink, eye widening at the fact Ellen coming off so bluntly. If I didn't know any better, I'll say her more sensitive twin had just taken over her personality. It's fine, Willie. I can deal with it, Ellen. Ellen shook her head. I'm going to teach you how to play piano. I formed, shaking my head at the idea of Ellen giving up her own spot at the band for me. Especially figure I don't even have a clue how to play. But how about you? I can just take your spot. That's beyond fair. Ellen seemed to see my point and stepped back into her shell, and as if it hadn't appeared, I had just witnessed vanish before my eyes like she never existed. For a moment she pounded the situation, looking between the floor, the hallway, and the rest of the band had walked through, and myself. I'm about to duck as she is coming up with a solution, but with the sound of Mr. Mallet's door opening to release our class for lunch, Ellen squeaked out her answer. I'll sing. Before I can respond, the flow of students rushed to get out of Mallet's classroom, separate the two of us. Ellen can sing and virtually the backbone of most bands, the icon or idols. How can someone so shy and restrained want to be in the complete spotlight and think that people either love and hate? But if this is the case, and Ellen actually be able to stand up over her fears or whatever makes her jumpy, maybe we can actually make this work. I'm willing to practice for the next few days, at least to the point where I have a song or two down for this Friday. I have to be determined, especially if Ellen truly give me this opportunity. This is the chance I've been seeking, the chance to change myself for the better. A band with bunch of kids from the school who wouldn't though. Within almost an instant, our sour mood is battered by Ellen's offer to switch around roles, allowing me to actually be in the band and not some grumpy manager or sticker boy. The flow of students disappeared, and I'm left staring at Ellen, who hasn't moved an inch. I'm grinning like an idiot as she seems entirely entertained. You'll do that? I never thought of you to be someone who sings. Well, I don't really, but I've been told I was a good singer a few times. I cock my head to the side and wonder if this is such a good idea after all. What if Ellen is terrible at singing? It'll be my fault because I was such a sore loser about getting the shortest stick of the bunch. What if she just embarrasses herself and just make herself ever shyer? What if, no, I have to have faith. She has faith in me, at least to the extent that she thinks I can become the band piano player by Friday. I have to believe in her. My success in her success, yes. Yeah, that's the way to look at it. I'm going to give it my all to learn whatever song I need to learn. I know she'll try and do just as great, if not better. Beside her voice is adorable, quiet and soft, but I have this feeling that deep down somewhere she's hiding something brilliant, just like that assertive little attitude that she let out to speak her mind a minute ago. I think you'll be great, but I'm going to have to cut back on homework for a few nights. Ellen giggled softly, a slight blush of embarrassment formed on her cheek at my remark. I'll try my best to help you too, but I might have to sing and play piano for this waiter. I'll take a deep breath and nod. It probably isn't likely that I'll be good enough to play piano at this party anyway, but getting a head start with practice is a good idea. Well, we have a few days at least, right? Ellen nodded back, a confident but shy smile gleaming on her face at the whole project of being in a band. It's certainly odd seeing Ellen smile like that away from her piano, and I can only hope that it happens more frequently from here on out. I'm completely okay sitting Friday night out as long as I actually get a spot in the band. In fact, this whole thing might be just exactly what I needed, and thanks to Ellen, exactly becoming true. Later in the day, nearing evening, the group is all back together in one location. In one location. This time is outside the door that look as if it hasn't been used in years, and behind it lays the unknown. Ellen and I have been waiting here for a while, and Eric and Jade showed up just a little bit ago. Matt said he wanted us all to meet at this part of school at 5:30 p.m. Sharp and with our instrument. Being a few minutes late, Matt finally shows up with a snug grin on his face, holding nothing more than a pair of drum stickers between his fingers. Alright, you slackers, I'm only going to tell you this once, so listen up. He slammed his foot into the ground and slid the broomstick into his pocket as if we weren't paying attention. Honestly, I don't think it's possible not to pay attention to Matt. I know we are all young, but we might all be idiots. Hell, I know Marcus isn't an idiot because I know one when I see one. Hey! But before we start this venture, he looked between the group members, settling his hand out into the air in front of him with a determined grimace on his face. This will be a day we remember for the rest of eternity, a day to go down in the books of history. Greater than Alexander the Great, stronger than Julius Caesar. Elric groans, bored by Matt's speech within seconds. Get on with it. Bah, fine. Everyone hands in. We are in this together as a team, even if I hate all of you. This symbolizes our kindship and our bond. We stick together from here on out, regardless of the situation. We are a band now. The fact Matt says he hates us all, but still wants to be a part of this ritual is beyond confusing to me. But I'll go along with it anyway, for the betterment of this band idea. Alright. I slap my hand down on Matt's, forming this state of pile. Elric raised an eyebrow before slapping his hand down, followed by Jay. Cash money. Let's do it. Ellen looks between us, curious, blushing at the concept of doing a group cheer or something equally silly for this whole thing. But regardless, she settled her hand on top of our smiling. Okay. So we are all in agreement that from this day forward will become the greatest band this island has ever seen. All of us take this gold with a grain of salt, but we humor Matt and we all nod confidently. So before we let go, we have to come up with the band name. If any of you move your hand, I'll murder you. We are going to be here for a while then. Coming up with names is the hardest shit ever, man, and we have stuff to do. It's impossibly important we came up with a name before we start our musical journey. Well, do you have any ideas? Of course I do. I think something stylish by conventional, like. Matt paused for a long moment to add paces to how great his name are. The Peter Pip Puppies, Wendy's and the Blues. Hitler did nothing wrong. And hashtag my swag. What was that third one? The Bird and the Bees. I'm pretty sure you said something else. You're hearing things, but what do you guys think of those names? I'm not really a fan. The second one kind of sounded chill. Bah. Well, they were lame anyways. What do you guys have? Matt glares to me, and I have no idea what kind of song we are going to be playing, let alone what our band name should be. Elric and Jay have the same answer. As Matt's eye glanced toward Ellen, she covered at the attention being switched to her, which made me doubt how it would be possible for her to think about singing in front of a crowd. What about you, Squeaky? 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 Yeah, you're Squeaky. You squeaked. So that's your nickname from now on. We'll all have to have code or nicknames. I'll be the man with the pants. Mark will be the little fancy, cozy, always fussy, freezing up and shiver like a weirdo when people touch him. The mention of flashback being put into a nickname is a 10 loaf of him. Jay can be Stone Cold Killer Elric. You can be Matt, and you're getting a little off topic. You were asking Ellen if she had an idea for the band name. Oh right, sorry about that, Squeaky. Any ideas? Ellen blinks at the four of us for a moment, and her hand began to quiver atop the cluster of her own, which at this point are staring to get cleanly. I'm surprised nobody tried to pull away yet, but I'm sure Matt will make us redo the whole process. Her cheeks flush a dark red as she nibbled at her bottom lips and she soured the floor for some kind of answer to the question, and at her hand before tattling her head and murmur under her breath, Charlie. DTUD. What was that, Squeaky? I couldn't hear you. Matt leans closer, raising an eyebrow expressively at Ellen as if she had no idea the girl is completely nervous wreck. She mumbled again, but this time loud enough for all of us to hear. Driftwood. Course we live on an island. Matt pouted his lips in thought, opening his mouth with a slightly agreeing look on his face as if he hated the idea. I don't think that will resemble our music taste. I like it. It sounds classic and cool. Same. I give Ellen a assurance smile, nodding my head at the name, which is simple but symbolically complex. Sound good to me. Matt, answered by the group agreement, just take in a deep breath and nods. Well, this is a democracy after all, so Driftwood it is. We all smile in agreement, Ellen especially, who seemed proud of herself for coming up with something so ironic yet simple. Driftwood on 3. Willie man. Yes, Willie. We roll our eyes and sign a mad constant group pep talk mentally, but in the end, it just got us all work together as a team. At least I hope that's his goal. 1, 2, 3. I'm gonna end the episode here. I hope you liked this so far. And I also hope this game is soon done. Done soon. Anyway, I hope you liked this episode. There will be coming more. Like I said in earlier episode, I'm not gonna play anything else before I've done this episode, but you will see Counter-Strike episode on the channels because I have already recorded those, and it's again we released from all gameplays. I have to I'm gonna re-upload and make in order so you all can watch them like from when I begin the playing Counter-Strike for the first time to now. And also the newer episode I will try to upload the demo from the game, if I can find the demo, if I had saved the demo, which I mostly have. More like to find the right demo because I have many game demos on my computer. I always save the demos from every gameplay I have. So if I find the right one, I will upload it and make a link to the upload under the video of my Counter-Strike videos, but that will be along down the road. I have like 40, 30 episodes of gameplay before that, but that will be when that will be that. I feel that's a really good idea to do when Counter-Strike gameplay for people who watching who really want to see the gameplay itself, so they can download the demo, watch the demo, and the demo should work without even have to link up to anything else than Counter-Strike. So I personally feel that's a good idea. But anyway, see you in the next episode, and if you have any comments, please leave them down below and I will answer them as good as I can.